Hey, E3 happened. Who won? Who lost? We'll tell you, and you can tell us in the comments. Starting on Dude Soup right now. Ooh. Cued it. Somebody actually sent me the full song. It's from Audio Network, which I forgot. Did we use that here?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Still got access to it then. Yes. Hey, it's a special E3 Dude Soup because that's what every podcast is going to be this week. If you've already heard this a million times, you get to hear it again from famous commentators such as me, your host, Lawrence, and I'm joined by three other far more famous people. We'll go left to right. First up is a beard enthusiast, Omar de Armas.
Hello, everybody.
And then
E3.
we got Commander-in-Queef, Elise Willems.
Thank you. That
my
is
cool
my
name.
new show. No, Jacob, that's my new show.
No audio? What? Oh.
Uh-oh.
Wait.
It's the Commander-in-Queef stuff.
What? That was working like 3 seconds ago. Fuck me. Well, we got the introductions on the deck, except for, what was his? You had a title in the cabinet of the Commander-in-Queef, Elise Willems.
Oh, there was
The
secondary. What am I thinking of?
It had a foul word in it.
We shouldn't. No. We shouldn't dwell on
Commander.
Commander-in-Queef because Commander-in-Queef is only a small part of E3.
Also, you don't want to talk about it too much because then people will steal your idea.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I put it out there, but then next thing you'll see Chelsea Peretti tweeting about
wait,
it.
the
love her.
Secretary General.
It was
That's me, Secretary
That was-
General.
It was something
was the
that I
no-no
put
word.
cunt into.
Oh,
Well done, Elise.
Applaud me.
perfect for me. Let's go.
All right, today's podcast is brought to you by three sponsors: Mac Weldon, Hims, and Squarespace. You can get 20% off your domain order by going, not domain, it's clothes. You can get 20% off your clothes order by going to macweldon.com and using promo code SOUP. You can get a trial month of Hims for just $5 while supplies last at 4hims.com/dude. And this video is sponsored by Squarespace. Whether you need a domain, website, or online store, make it with Squarespace. Hear about all of them later. First up, we gotta nail this because it's also the title of the podcast, and we can't be all clickbaity here. Who won E3, and why is it Microsoft, and why did Sony suck such a huge dick? Elise, I'd like to hear from you first, actually. What were your highlights in terms of just like how the presentations were put together? Because it is, as much as it is all the game demos and announcements, it's also a weird critique of live production, of like the pacing and the framing of all these games and the amount of stage time they give to relative projects. So what stood out to you this year?
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit yesterday. I definitely enjoyed Nintendo's presentation the best. The Nintendo Direct, I think, is just the best conduit through which to deliver all this information. I kind of like the no-nonsense press conference, which is just bombarding you with trailers and really quick information, not sort of dragging it out. That may be a little bit indicative of my taste, which is to say that like a wham bam thank you ma'am is a little bit more entertaining. I do appreciate the artful.
At least likes it over quick.
Yeah, I appreciate the artful approach, and I think which Sony did, which was a very like boutique, curated, cultivated experience. They were definitely wanting to create something special for the people who are present for their press conference, whereas I appreciate that, but in terms of what me, the at-home viewer, was ingesting, the Microsoft approach, the Nintendo approach, which was just kind of giving you a reel, almost a sizzle of like, here's everything we have coming. If you're interested in more, you can go see the streams that we're doing throughout the show on Twitch. You can go Google those games and go to the websites and check out more supplementary materials that are available and information. But here's kind of our sizzle of what we have. That, for me, was the best approach, but I think that's because I'm a viewer at home, like I said, and if I had been there, I would have been maybe so charmed by Sony's approach. And I mentioned it, but I do think that Sony expected the move of the one auditorium to the next to go a lot faster. So when they were doing their little like buffer package and they put in that reel of stuff that we've seen already, I think maybe that was just contingency and they just needed to pad that time a little bit.
I think you're absolutely right.
So let's see here. Yeah, they cut the demo.
They had to go to it.
1741 had talking heads, sizzle reel, back to talking heads, and then this is still sizzle, right? Yeah, talking heads still talking. Okay.
Yeah,
and
that's when they
then,
came back in, was that dude.
honestly, 12 minutes to get all those people up and into another room is kind of impressive.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's a weird math game of catering to all the people there versus the 100 times audience that's watching it online. Who do you want to satisfy more? There's this weird trade-off where if you pamper media, they tend to be nice to you. If like you treat them like they're big shots and give them a very curated experience. And I think that was the idea. Sony wanted to really treat the influencers and media at the show so well that they'd come away glowing about Ghost of Tsushima and stuff like that, as opposed to like you mentioned, the shotgun of game trailers and announcements that Microsoft tended
They
to do.
maybe wanted people to write headlines saying like less is more. Like we'll focus on less, but we'll focus on it really, really well.
I mean, that's why they announced before all this started, like, yeah, we're going to talk about 5 games. And then afterward, if you want to know more about indies or whatever, we're going to do that afterward, which they did. We kind of zoned out on it, a lot of it, but they did go into a bunch of other stuff. And they announced games in that post show that didn't get announced anywhere else.
De Racine, which is a FromSoft game, so I'm already into it.
Yeah.
It's PlayStation VR. But yeah, you're right. It's odd. There were games that I thought could have justified stage performance or stage showing, but yeah, it didn't make the cut for whatever reason, which is weird because Sony last year was the opposite. It was just a shotgun of trailers, which was awesome. But maybe they're just testing different stuff to see what the market response is, seeing how best they can spend their time.
I think like Sony also will release a video of Troy Baker in a VO booth singing a song from The Last of Us, and there's such a great response to that. So they're like, man, we should bring those heartfelt experiences to our live stage because people are really that's resonating with them a lot. I kind of it's funny because I sort of think of these like what you want from an action movie, where you want the action to start and never stop for the whole thing. And that's kind of more what like Xbox was.
Yeah. I have the opposite opinion of not of how to get information, because what Nintendo Directs and what Sony used to do and that kind of thing, and what Microsoft did this year is an awesome way of learning a bunch of stuff, and I appreciate that. But E3 is supposed to be like a spectacle. It's supposed to be a reason that everyone is together.
Yeah.
Like if you're just showing a bunch of trailers, there's absolutely no reason everyone needs to be in a single room, or that we had to wait until this week for that to happen, there should and this is just my opinion, but there should be a reason that everyone is excited to get together for this one blowout thing every year. So I appreciate what Sony was trying to do, not so much how they did it, but at least they were trying this time. They weren't just and again, I love Nintendo Directs and stuff, but at least they were trying to make it a little bit more of a thing that people were attending and participating in. I just think that I don't know if they're just out of practice or whatever, because they used to be really good at stage shows.
Yeah.
And they just couldn't get it going, I guess.
For me, it depends on what they're doing with their stage time or something, because the instruments and stuff, cool. That was cool. That was fun to listen to and stuff, but I didn't really care about it that much. If there's a person up on stage talking about the video game, this is what we did and this is all these cool stuff we're adding, I'll be like, oh, okay. I'm hearing things I'm interested in, but I was clicking through those musical performances, getting to those video games.
Real quick, sorry.
Do you want to take a break and see the mics?
Yeah, everyone's saying only one mic is on, which is weird because I just tested them. I don't know, man. All right, well, whatever. More E3.
Sorry.
You're talking to the front, everybody?
Smooth sailing
I was
E3.
checking that.
Jacob, do you want to mind reiterating what you said just so we can respond to it?
What was I saying?
Get back into it.
I guess just the way I feel about it is it depends on what presenters are talking about on stage. As much as I love this was cool after the fact when I had already enjoyed the video game stuff.
One of my favorite things, just real quick, brief aside. One of my favorite YouTube videos that's out right now is Ghost of Tsushima, and then, where is it? Yes.
With flute.
With flute, in parentheses, a thing that I'd never thought I'd see from E3. So yeah. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
But if there's folks up there talking about the video game and all the cool stuff they put in their video game, and that's still stage time that people are down there enjoying, but it's more like what Elise was saying. It's something that I feel like I, as a person at home, can enjoy as much as a person in the audience who's actually there. As cool as that is.
And that
is
is
it
very
cool, though?
cool.
Like legitimately, in the time that we live
weird.
in right now, is this cool?
I don't know.
I think Sony was not even considering that.
Yeah.
I mean, but shouldn't they have been?
I think they're beyond cool. Do they like what does cool mean? That just means that you're marketing to a particular demographic well. I think PlayStation as a brand is kind of beyond.
Oh, so I'm not using cool as in like 80s cool.
As like a marketing term?
As like, is this okay for them to have done?
Oh, it's okay. Who cares? Is it like an appropriation question?
Yeah, like,
oh, come on.
I don't know. Like, people freak out about all kinds of stuff now, you know?
If someone's freaking out about it, whatever. In what way is... I mean,
seems
he
like
learned how to play it.
I mean, a girl wore a dress to a prom and she almost died.
Yeah, it seemed like he was respecting the culture, though.
Yeah.
That might be his life passion. That might be. This might be. I'm not accusing you.
No, like for me,
But-
if that's what that dude is into, that's awesome. And he played a weird instrument that I've never even seen before.
It's also a Japanese company. Like, why shouldn't they be allowed to choose who plays music?
This game does look very cool, and I should
It
buy
looks
a PlayStation.
real cool.
It does.
Yeah, I grant there are probably people that are mad about that, but that is boy. I guess appropriation's bad if you're like cheapening the culture or mocking it or you just like, oh, that's cool, and you just want to absorb it into yourself and you just take it as like a surface level thing, like, oh, spirit animals and all that. I get that. That was like a full, drawn out, respectful performance.
No, yeah.
So in what way would that even be negative?
I just know that they're gonna catch shit for that.
Oh,
like,
fine, whatever.
You know,
People catch shit for everything.
because of the way the world is right now, they're gonna catch shit for that.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess let's. This is the internet, and you're not allowed to express a milding opinion in any way. So we'll go around the horn here. Bests and worsts. Boy, I wish I had all those graphics from the post show added on. Omar, best and worst. As in terms of the conferences, best and worst, and that's all of them.
Man, it's such a blur already.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy.
Here, I can pull them all up if you want.
I mean, we'll just watch them all at the same time.
I think the game lists are valuable too.
Yeah,
Jogs your memory.
I got a master list of all games here, and there's a lot of them. Which, just incidentally, I guess, overarching, for me at least, opinion of this E3, like there were some weak conferences for sure. Ubisoft had some down moments. EA's was not great. But in terms of the game show and the volume of them and the fact that they're all pretty legitimate games, and legitimate's a weird word, but we're coming off of like motion controls and transmedia boxes and just like all these gimmicks. And finally, we've kind of dabbled in all that stuff, and we're back. I guess the gimmicks now are there were a couple of battle royales announced, but it wasn't nearly as bad as it used to be. VR is basically gone, which could be a bad thing.
I fully expected way more battle royale stuff like this. Like, I thought everybody was making a game like that, and it turns out maybe everyone's kind of smart and knows that it's not a fad. But yeah,
too.
like the market is already saturated by these huge ass games.
It wasn't like last year with all the Overwatch clones.
Oh, hero shooters, MOBA knockoffs.
All of which never came out.
Well, they all felt like even like was it Battleborn like fell by the wayside.
I think all of them.
Battle Cry as well.
Paladins is the only one that survived.
Paragon.
Right? Besides, I think Paragon is gone.
Paragon's gone.
Paragon.
Nice.
Oh, the headlines.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
But yeah, just scrolling through this list, I didn't even get a count, but
That's a lot of video games.
there was a lot of video games, and they all like I'm interested in all of them to some degree. There are some that I'm kind of like jaded on. One of the overarching trends that I noticed was the co-op action RPGs. There's a million of them. Fallout 76, Halo Infinite, I'm guessing is going to be like that. Dying Light 2, The Division 2, Anthem, Skull and Bones, Destiny 2 Forsaken.
I mean, those are video games. Like, what else? What else I don't know. Like, it's weird to classify them very specifically as co-op action games or whatever. Like, that's a video game. You play it with your friends.
Co-op action RPG that you'll probably never die in ever. Like a Destiny type, where you
MMO light.
Yeah, you just run forward and you just hit all your abilities as soon as they're ready. They're all on cooldown. There's no resource management. Yeah, damage numbers.
Loot.
Yeah,
There's a focus on that.
Yeah, I like that stuff.
Like a non-frictioning experience, like Borderlands, and that's not a bad thing. I just thought it was really interesting that that's the genre that every publisher put a big bet on. That every publisher has their one. Even Bethesda has Fallout 76, which to me is like, okay, every publisher needs their Destiny now. Not a bad thing. I like Destiny. Okay, it's not a game that I'm going to play forever, but what game is?
I will.
StarCraft. Yeah. But yeah, sorry, I sidetracked completely. Omar, do you have a best and worst?
I'm going to say the best conference that we watched was Microsoft, just because of the sheer amount of awesome things. Even though like a tenth of what they showed is stuff that is specifically for Xbox, like the rest of it was just games. And it's awesome that they got a chance to show that stuff off, because obviously, in hindsight, Sony didn't do that. no one else did what they did, so it's good that we got it. So I really appreciate that they did it.
Yeah.
The worst, I would say, I guess EA. I don't know. I'm never excited for EA.
It's subjective, I feel like, because I think EA is maybe my worst is the wrong word, maybe, but like
least in.
It's subjective in that, like, I'm not going to get excited about FIFA. I'm not going to get excited about Madden. So already they've lost me.
Well, that's where they got the Unravels and the Seas of Solitude in there, though.
Yeah, and there are those couple titles where you're like, oh yeah, actually, like this is getting me. When I think of the EA conference, I think of the sport portion. That's really where my brain goes.
Yeah, EA's was interesting because there were a couple of goodies. Yeah, we're watching Andrew WK freak out right now. God bless. EA usually has a couple of mainstays that weren't even there this year. Yeah, that guy, I love him. There was no Need for Speed, which I still consider very odd. That's I guess they're dropping that. I thought there was a sports title even. Have they done NHLs lately?
Are they the NHL people?
They used to be.
Oh,
the Madden people?
There was
they announced Madden for PC,
which there was an NHL 18. I think.
Was there? Okay.
Yeah.
I may have missed it. Well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure there was.
I mean, do they have so they have hockey, football, soccer? Are they literally
MMA,
every sports is EA game?
They didn't have a new MMA, which I thought was kind of odd. They did show a new Fight Night? Or no, wait, that was an older MMA. No, they don't have that either. I mean, they locked down most EA properties. That's kind of what they do. They got Star Wars. Like, their bread and butter is to just buy up exclusive rights to a property and then release games for it for a decade. Seems like... I don't know. And what was it? Something of Solitude? Sea of Solitude?
Sea of Solitude.
That was
Which is that one?
Looks pretty.
That's an EA game. So they showed some attempt to not be soulless and corporate, even though that's oddly they got stuck with that one. Okay, so at least what was your bests? Oh wait, you already said.
Did you say your best?
I said
you said Xbox,
at Microsoft, and that EA was probably my worst, but. Like you said, it's like a shades of gray after the top one, because the top one takes your excitement and everything after that is just like cool games, but not super special for the presentation.
Yeah, was it Xbox? Or was it just the amount of games that sold?
It was the amount and like the variety of game style.
Yeah.
Like they showed a bunch of stuff in. Like I said, it's not all of their stuff. It's just games. Which is cool because, they talked about how we had to buy a bunch of studios to get games on our system. But at least they're just showing off games. Like, this is if people are comfortable showing their trailers at this conference, that means they're probably comfortable with Microsoft being a gaming platform still. That people are still paying attention to because I'm going to show my trailer here because people are watching this and still invested in Microsoft as a gaming platform.
Yeah. No, that makes, and I think with the PC aspect too, the unity there makes sense why you'd want to be featured there if you're going to be on both those platforms. I guess like for me, my EA, I just, like I said, I had no real like gave me, I need momentum in these conferences, and a lot of them kind of like hit lulls or just lacked momentum for me. They stagnated on one game, and then I appreciate them being like, we're gonna overload you with a ton of information. We're gonna have somebody come up here and give you a bunch of background. Like, that's great, but like I said, I kind of just would rather see the games that pique my interest and then go seek out more information on my own. Ubisoft, it's weird because I always find Ubisoft relatively entertaining. I missed Aisha Tyler.
I did too.
Being there. I love her.
She was there last year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she's great, and maybe, I don't know, I would love to know what the decision was there, but I think Bethesda and Ubisoft have the same situation where they have a very distinct style to their games. So at some point, you're just kind of looking at a different like Assassin's Creed starts to look like Watch Dogs, starts to look like, and so to like two varying degrees. And, for me, I used to really get excited when Ubisoft would show off like a Child of Light and say, we have the UbiArt framework and we're making.
And is that a thing anymore?
I don't know. I don't think it is.
That's a bummer. Those Child of Light and Rayman were both wonderful.
God, Rayman was so good. And so I kind of miss seeing the variety in the styles that I didn't feel like either of those press conferences really had.
Yeah. With both of those two, you kind of know what they're going to show. It's like, Bethesda's going to have Fallout, they're going to have Quake.
Well, it's not even that. It's like Bethesda is a company that like they're putting their own games.
Dude taking the stage.
Ubisoft has their own games. Microsoft and Sony are showing everybody's games.
Yeah.
So like they're already underdogs in the fight, you know? And the fact that they pull off anything is kind of impressive.
For sure.
In terms of style, what do you guys think about Bethesda's conference? I thought it showed the most personality, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Bethesda's developing a really interesting culture as a publisher. It was kind of a cute move for the past couple of years. They've been seeding like their properties into all their games. So like Fallout will show up in Doom, will show up in Wolfenstein, like little cutesy things like that. To me, at least, add a lot of personality. That fucking guy again. He's just got his headphones on during the Andrew WK concert. Anyway, they had Andrew WK come out and play one song, which it's kind of an E3 thing. The musical act that lasts for like 5 minutes.
Did you get the impression that he came out too early? It seemed like they were throwing to something, and then he just popped out on stage and was there.
Do you mean like he was cued too early, or his act should have been later in the show?
I think like it seemed like the intent was his act was going to be later in the show, but someone mistimed something, and he popped out on stage and was like, "All right, fuck, it's concert time."
I mean, if they had it was introduced with a rage graphic, so I think it was meant to be first. And I guess the thinking was, let's get people's blood pumping early. We'll slap him with the Andrew WK. He's going to play his song, 15 years old. People are going to love it. And then we'll just be out to the races from there.
It seems so awkwardly placed.
My brain was too scrambled when this started happening.
Well, it's because they brought out like Tim Willits and Magnus.
Big man, tall man.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting because the developers getting to talk at all is something that's sort of fading away from E3.
I love that though.
I do too, but it does kind of slow the pace down of everything.
I guess there are some that are a little bit more charismatic. So you see Todd Howard come out and you're like, I need to watch Todd Howard
He was up there for like 20 minutes
Todd
telling jokes.
He was doing a stand-up act.
Todd Howard's set
He literally was
interesting.
walking back and forth and like getting this side of the crowd going, walk over, getting this side of the crowd going.
I know we
Had
like
his little like one-liners and everything.
we like to like poke fun at it, but I do genuinely love when a developer comes out and they are so like overwhelmed by what they get to do and how proud they are of their work.
Yeah, we made fun of Crying Guy, but like that's the ultimate representation of that.
No, I know we make fun of Crying Guy, but I do love it. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
I fucking hate it, man. When the gaming populace, and I know it's wrong to talk about them as one person, but they kind of do this thing. They'll accuse game devs of being like cold. And like, they just want money, and they've forgotten what it's like to be a gamer. And then some dude loves Rayman and Mario so much that he's so excited to work on a game of both of them together that he's like shedding some tears, and that's really cool.
Honestly, if I was like coming out to tell you guys that Funhaus and the Muppets are doing a project together, I would be in tears because it would be such a monumental life moment for me, something that meant so much to me personally. So I understand where they're like, can you imagine loving games your whole life and that's your dream? And
imagine taking 5 years on something too,
and
then getting to like come out and talk about it.
Yeah, and I know they showed, Bethesda had that like montage where they showed like their accountants and their like other staff, but it's like those people have been working on stuff for years too, and that's their life. Yeah,
with EA they had a couple devs like that, like with Unravel. I always love when they talk about Unravel. This last year, who was it again? He came out on stage, but he was so nervous when he was talking about it. It was like,
and he was pretty emotional about Unravel. I mean, it is fun to like joke and whatever. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I do think it's
wonderful.
Yeah, it is wonderful.
Well, we're always dickheads in the moment, but in hindsight, we're
and the hot drops, man,
a little more tender.
Unravel 2. Released right away. That was a cool move.
God, that was great. I love seeing Reggie in the Nintendo.
I love seeing his mammoth form hold onto this tiny little
He's a big
coming
man.
out of those suit sleeves, those big old grippers.
But yeah, he's always fun whenever he comes into the and he does like corporate speak in a way that it's like, well, he's obviously reading a script and he's doing corporate Reggie, but it never you're like, I'm just happy to see Reggie.
At least did we get your bestie worsies?
I guess EA was the one I was least interested in, but maybe that's subjective preference. And Microsoft and Nintendo were my favorite because of their like rapid fire games. Nintendo.
Rapid fire, and then like an interesting dive on Smash. Which was, the information people
most
wanted.
of the audience was looking for anyway, probably.
It was a smart move. All right, Jacob, bestie worsies.
Besties. It's easy for me to say Microsoft stuff because I saw a lot of things I liked, but I enjoyed Sony's conference a lot. I don't have a PlayStation, but every E3, I want a PlayStation more. I'm probably just going to cave finally and do it. I just keep forgetting. That it's a desire I have.
So inconsequential that I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
So you really enjoyed Sony's conference?
I enjoyed the video games. I completely missed it yesterday, and I clicked through it this morning.
Okay.
Just to watch all that stuff.
Watching it live was a little odd because there were. So you didn't watch the whole thing start to finish?
No, I just watched the trailers.
Okay, that may explain
why
your
I
elevated.
enjoyed it at all.
And I'm not telling you that you have to not like it. I was just going to quiz you a little bit about how you felt about the pacing and all that stuff.
Oh, I have no idea what that was like. I paced it myself.
Gotcha.
But I did really like Microsoft though. But I like Halo, and what else did Microsoft have?
Good question.
50 games.
Yeah.
Okay. We can use that to segue into explicit game discussion, of which there are many. But first, let's hear from a sponsor. Our sponsor is Mack Weldon, the underwear for which I'm wearing right now. Mack Weldon, they claim, will be the most comfortable underwear, socks, shirts, hoodies, and sweatpants you'll ever wear. I can vouch for that because since they become a sponsor, I like to use what we sponsor or what we promote, and I can say that they're awesome. But then again, I've always been kind of a trash panda when it comes to clothes, so this is definitely an upgrade for me. And if you shop in thrift stores or buy the cheapest stuff you can find like me, this will be a wonderful delight for you and your genitalia. They also want you to be comfortable. This is actually a really cool feature. So they want you to be comfortable. If you don't like your first pair, you can return, or they'll refund you, and you can still keep it, no questions asked. So it's a 100% guarantee on your enjoyment of your underwears and your more comfortable crotchal area. So really, you can... Not that you should abuse it. They actually told me not to bring that up, so I won't. But yeah, you got nothing to lose, man, except the discomfort that you're currently enduring on your body. And we have a 20% off code. If you go to MackWeldon.com, you get 20% off using promo code SOUP. I can tell you, there's nothing better. There are a few joys in this life, like knowing that you have like an entire afternoon or evening to do nothing but play video games. So here's what you do. You take a shower, because you want to be nice and clean, nice and fresh, relaxed. Get yourself some beverages, maybe a little coffee, maybe a little soda. Tall glass of water, set it up on your little end table there. Prep up all your pillows, cocoon yourself real good. And you just suck it yourself right in there with some Mack Weldon sweatpants, some underwear, Mack Weldon overshirt, and you just cocoon in as hard as you can. Just let the dust settle on your eyelids. It's okay. Just play video games all day long. Let Mack Weldon power your comfy gaming sessions by going to MackWeldon.com. Get 20% off using promo code SOUP. So thanks, Mack Weldon, for the sponsorship. I am really excited to do that after E3's over. This is a weird irony of like E3 is that we're busy doing so much stuff. I can't play all of the cool things. It always gets me so hyped to just play games in general. And then there's no time. No time. But so Microsoft dropped a lot of them. It was interesting. It was an even spread of like where we like put in the effort to make sure that this is going to appear on a Microsoft console, like Kingdom Hearts. Mm-hmm. That's the first time I think Kingdom Hearts is ever going to be on a Microsoft console.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of a big deal, even though Square's been spreading their seeds around lately.
Well, and not only I'm going to jump ahead a little bit just to follow that idea. Like they got the From game to be Microsoft also.
Sekiro.
Instead of being
I got that right here.
Instead of Sony putting the money forward for
Booyah.
Bloodborne and stuff.
Yeah, this game looks really cool and is a good. The thing that they didn't drive home, which I thought was interesting too, is maybe this is a case-by-case basis, but theoretically, Microsoft should have the cross-platform advantage for all of these games, because the One X is supposedly a much more powerful console than the Pro. So it should be able to run all these games at a higher resolution and a higher frame rate. That's not really a marketing point that they even hit. They didn't even touch it, which is weird. I thought they were gonna bank on that real hard.
Do you think that because they had that advantage? Didn't they have that advantage over the base consoles too? The One and the PS4.
No,
they were pretty equally powered, I think.
They were fairly equal. The Xbox One was a little less,
behind.
just a little less powerful.
Okay.
It was also bigger and louder, so it just had the perception of not being as elegant of a hardware solution, which it kind of wasn't. Had a big ass fan because I guess they didn't want red rings. Which I guess mission accomplished. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the One S was a little more powerful than a base PS4. One X is way more powerful than a PS4 Pro. So
maybe that's what I was thinking. The S ended up being a little bit.
Yeah.
That was the second.
It was mostly smaller.
yeah, it had a little bit of a boost, just mostly to make the OS run
that's
better.
cool.
Yeah, man, this game looks real neat. It's like fast Dark Souls, so like an even faster Bloodborne, basically.
Yeah, and I wasn't saying that Sony had exclusive rights to From them, but because of Bloodborne, there was a perception maybe that they were going to continue just like working with these, like a Japanese company working with a Japanese company kind of thing.
Totally.
And Microsoft made sure to make everybody know, like, no, you could totally play this on our consoles too.
And that kind of represents a sea change. Microsoft has had weird spurts of really diving into Japanese game dev. When the original Xbox launched, they had like Shenmue and Jet Set Radio Future, Crazy Taxi. Like they worked with a lot of Japanese developers to try and, I guess, create those relationships. And then they kind of stopped. And then the odd game would come out on 360, like Tales of Vesperia. They would have these weird exclusives, I guess they'd buy.
Was Onimusha?
Yeah.
360?
Yeah, that's right. Was it on 360?
Thought it was.
I can't remember.
I don't remember either.
But it does seem to be, I guess, that the TikTok has gone back where now Microsoft is really trying to, I guess, maybe repair or create those relationships with third-party devs to the tune of buying 4 of them. Oh, let's see here. I got them written down here. They bought Undead Labs that makes State of Decay. They bought Playground Games, which made Forza Horizon. They bought Ninja Theory, which is a huge
that's
get.
exciting.
They made Hellblade, and before that, Enslaved. DMC, they made, not Devil May Cry, DMC, whatever. And then they bought Compulsion Games, who makes We Happy Few. The cool thing is, they're totally investing in their service because they also reminded you that they have Game Pass, and all Microsoft Game Studios games hit day and date on Game Pass. So those are 4 studios now on top of the ones they already had that will release games every year, every other year. It could be the Netflix model where every month they have a huge release or an indie game hitting Game Pass. And for $10 a month, that's cheaper than buying them all.
Yeah.
And they want to be your, and then if you have a 1X over here and a PC over there, it syncs back and forth. They're really, all the seeds are starting to like connect and make a cool network of a gaming service that could be really awesome. And this is like next year, I think, would be really, really interesting to see because, man, yeah, they're cutting checks.
Yeah, and they had mentioned, like, the games they showed coming out for Game Pass, what was there, like, Fallout 4, Division, like, all these games that have new games coming out, like, in the next couple of years.
Yeah, the one previous hits Game Pass. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of playing all the cards. It's like, you want to play this new game, get Game Pass. You want to catch up on the series, get Game Pass. Just get it. Just get it and forget about it. We'll bill your card. Don't worry about it. Just don't think about it. It'll be like, yeah, it's interesting to me that they didn't make that like another tier of Xbox Live, that it's kind of a different thing. I guess they can sell it to PC that way. No. But yeah, you're right. Division 2's coming out. By the way, Division 1's on Game Pass. Fallout 76 is coming out. By the way, Fallout 4 is on Game Pass. Really smart idea. To me, it's like the perfect family thing too, which is kind of what Microsoft wanted, make it be the living room device. Now it's more, I can pay $10, get you an Xbox One S, and set you up with Game Pass. Just make sure parental controls are on, and you're set. Don't ask me for anything. I think it's to me that's more forward thinking than what I saw from all the other conferences, which was here's some awesome games that you'll buy and play. Which I like that too. I love the. To me, that's what gaming will be over the next decade. Is you'll sign up for a service and then wait for things to come out.
Getting closer. Well, throw the drone grenade.
Oh yeah, that sweet drone grenade. Oh, that's kind of neat. It's like a root.
Yeah, it's like the Prey goo.
Yeah, it's so weird to see like old MMO mechanics be reborn in modern games. The one weird thing is like most of these games, like again the like class-based cooperative action RPGs, you have that like tank healer DPS mechanic, just no healer, which means nothing really does damage. Yeah. That means healing has to either be regenerative or it's like combined with a DPS class because everybody loves to shoot. No one loves to heal.
Well, everyone's self-heal.
Well, Division had a gun that shot like a healing thing out of it.
Yeah.
So you could shoot your friends with health. There it is.
Yep.
Drones.
And then the Division's always weird because it is a shoot it until it dies game. I'm trademarking that phrase. I made it up. Then you get bosses like this where you have to shoot armor chunks off of them for 20 minutes until you can hit a weak spot, which is a pretty good game mechanic way to make a human being last a long time. But I mean, you played Division, right, Jacob?
Yeah, I played a lot of it.
There were some bosses you just clip after clip directly into their head, and just
there's never any cool mechanics like that though. It was always just a dude in a bulletproof vest that you're shooting in the face for 10 minutes until they die. But I still had fun with it.
I did too. I need to. That's like a pretense thing. I need to remind myself that I can just have dumb fun with it.
I even got during Ubisoft. I still play For Honor every so often.
Mm-hmm.
So that game was always. I always thought it was really good, but it just kind of fell off the wayside. Nobody paid attention to it anymore. But seeing more content for that makes me want to go play it some more.
I didn't even remember it at Xbox had a sizzle reel.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I was like, I remember after Microsoft ended, I was like, man, it at Xbox didn't even show up. There were so many games, I just completely forgot about all these.
Yeah, there's way too many.
After Party.
There's way too many to think about.
After Party had its like own Twitch, showcase going on.
Game Pass.
Game Pass.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's interesting. They're branding Game Pass games now. That's, I guess, is that a Game Studios game? Who's making that?
After Party?
Yeah.
It's Oxen Free Devs. I forget what they're called.
Oh, cool.
It's their next game.
I hope that Game Pass and Vermintide 2 is Game Pass. That's cool.
Yeah.
I hope that sort of thing, and I'm mused about this previously, but still below.
Oh
Yeah,
my god, dude.
Console launch exclusive.
I hope that does kind of open up both a consumption market and a funding market for 1 to 2 hour indie experiences that might be a little mechanic light, but it's just sort of like a.
It's a night. It's a night.
Boy game
you play a game.
It's an endless runner. Yeah, you don't remember? I don't remember when that got announced, but it's kind of like a Mario Run.
Man.
We didn't take a shot for Islands of Nine. I didn't see
I
it.
think I was yelling about that.
Sable looks so
It might have been
good.
caught between like me yelling about Sea of
Oh,
Thieves.
Harold Halibut!
What?
This is Unleashed game.
Yeah.
Is that like claymation?
Yeah, it looks like
It
looks like
claymation.
claymation.
Handmade adventure game, it said.
Oh
my gosh.
Wow.
Look at that.
Wow.
There have been
Wow.
there have been stop motion point and clicks before, but they didn't look that good. I'm trying to remember what they were.
Sable to me is one of the best looking games that came out of this
Really?
show. Yeah.
Sable
I mean,
looks
I'm
really
excited to
Sable.
play it, but like best looking?
But I mean, stylistically, I mean, obviously fidelity, it's not supposed to be, graphically impressive, but
Right.
there's an art style that's there, that's present, that knows what it is, that's unique. And I don't know, I guess I look for like those really unique art games that are just visually going to be like, I'm going to be like, oh, there's nothing else out like that. There's nothing visually that's, on that plane.
I agree. I think
Uh,
we've hit the point where like games look really, really good, and that's still important. Like Last of Us Part 2 looked incredible. Ghost of Tsushima looks incredible.
Wow, I don't remember this at all.
Yeah,
I don't know,
but
it's just cool. It looks
Oh, that
like
looks
a
You said Saga and you said
the color palette of Saga, but who's the? I'm trying to think of like the artist that did like the Inca comic, and like a lot of Jodorowsky's comics. Anyway, that like style
I only know
that
the
art
names.
It's awesome.
is
really
what
is. And it's like an exploration game too.
This is impressive. The scale of it is really impressive.
What conference was this during?
Microsoft?
Oh, that explains a
Microsoft
lot.
and then, wasn't it during something else, Lawrence?
It was
Or
during-
just
they-
Microsoft.
they
They
showed
showed
it
it
again.
twice. I can't remember.
PC maybe?
Oh, maybe it was PC.
Yeah, I think it was PC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was PC.
But I don't know. I'm like, there's nothing else kind of like this. So
Yeah.
It's
Wow, this looks so good.
It'll grow on me. I can see it growing on me.
it's a chill game, I think the other thing that I really liked about this E3 is that there weren't any games that tried to pretend themselves to be things that they weren't. And that has been a soft thing for a while, of like, this game's going to be everything. Assassin's Creed would do this, but it's kind of the soft implication that, oh, by the way, like, you can do everything in this game. You can run anywhere. You can go anywhere. Now it's like, no, you know what this game is. We're not going to try and be cagey about the mechanics.
I never saw Devolver. Was there anything worthwhile shown?
A few things. Here, I'll
There's
click
that
through it.
spinning Pedro man.
I heard it was
Oh,
really
yeah.
short.
My
It
friend
was
Pedro.
very short, yeah.
Well, it's all pre-produced, and they're
Well,
a
it's
smaller
it's
studio.
and I don't know. Like I honestly don't remember a single of the game. It's all about their like stage performance.
Yeah.
There's Scum, which is like a survival survival game with a lot of dismemberment and mechs apparently.
Mechs and stuff.
My Friend Pedro looks really, really cool.
Yeah.
But they'd shown that before, I thought. There's been trailers for My Friend Pedro out.
This is My Friend Pedro?
Yeah. It's like a bullet ballet game.
Oh.
And there's some bonkers shit. Yeah. The part at the end.
Deadpool was doing like aerial.
It's like a higher fidelity gunpoint.
I love when he spins.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's a lot of derp potential of twirls.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it looks fun.
It is definitely. It's weird to say this considering Devolver does actually have a really diverse line of games. But this is very much a Devolver game. Oh, he karate kicked a head into some dude.
Yeah, it's like hardcore with humor.
Yeah, basically like lollygoof violent games. And also Devolver, first company to have a fucking continuous narrative between their E3 conferences.
I can't wait for that RoboCop bit to pay off next year.
Yeah, somebody who died last year
That's
came
cool.
back as a time-traveling cyborg and killed the presenter.
Bouncing it.
This part.
Oh.
He throws up a frying pan and then
Oh, that's
bounces
awesome.
bullets off of it to kill dudes.
Is PUBG gonna sue them because of the frying pans?
And then they also showed FromSoft had 3 games at the conference. Bizarrely, they showed an HD remake of Metal Wolf Chaos coming to Xbox, PC, and PlayStation.
Oh my god.
Do you think somebody's been sitting on this game and be like, there's going to be a time where this is like super relevant to bring back?
Oh,
The world is in chaos.
when
State
the
of
world's
chaos.
about to explode
that's such
in
a
an
good
Armageddon.
tagline.
People need a leader, a
Yeah.
pack leader.
Let's go back to that. Stay on that. That's
the
great.
URL Make America Great Again is. I don't know how it wasn't taken, but that is brilliant. That is brilliance in marketing.
Oh, that brought me so much joy.
And then she's covered in blood and cleaning herself off with wads of money. It's
Just so you know, the UPC's just kicked on.
cool.
I don't know what that means. And
Everything's
now
still
they're
plugged
back.
in. All right. Well,
And they're gone again.
Well, clicking.
everything's still on though. There's no way we have enough battery ports for.
For that stuff, yeah, I don't know. Just
Cool.
shit is happening.
Wow.
Cool, man.
What is this? E3?
No, we're done. There will never be another tech difficulty ever again.
More games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
video games. I love talking about these video games.
All right. Well, we're about to enter the lightning round that, according to my time code, will last another 45 minutes. So I'll just start throwing them out. Be as terse or verbose as you like.
Gotcha.
Elder Scrolls 6. Ooh. What you think? There's not much there, so.
It's just confirmation that it is being worked on. I think that's just what people wanted. They're just like, look, we're making
literally
Elder
was just
Scrolls.
like, we're going to tell you about 2 games that we're working on that are not going to come out anytime soon.
Yeah,
They're just title cards with a little bit of visual stuff in it.
Yeah, there was
And
Starfield.
People love it. I love it. I love Elder
Aren't
Scrolls.
you
So.
playing?
Starfield, I'm also excited for that, whatever it is.
I mean, that's gorgeous, though.
Yeah.
It's a good way to get people all giddy.
Yeah.
Real
It's
pretty.
probably all that exists of Elder Scrolls right now.
Yeah, probably a lot of concept art. Starfield, same thing.
Space.
Yeah, it's space. And in the same way, at least they didn't do the Bungie thing of sort of really fluff up what it's going to be. It's more like, no, it's a logo. We got a logo. Destiny's promo was a bunch of devs being like, we've explored the universe and it's time to find the next chapter.
I liked the Destiny thing. It
Which one?
seemed
I did think it was cool.
where they like kill Cade and everything, and they talk about
No. Sorry.
Oh.
I mean,
It's a different thing.
I mean promotion for the original Destiny.
Yeah.
okay.
Sure.
It was a bunch of dev interviews
10
saying
years.
practically nothing about the game. Yeah.
10-year
Yeah.
plan.
A lot
They
of
even
very
had that
Yeah,
during the
10-year
demo
plan.
at the beginning. He's like, you see that mountain over there? You can go to that. So
Oh,
the first
yeah.
thing everybody did in Destiny was try to go towards that mountain. They ran off a cliff and died.
Yep.
Wait, they said that in Destiny?
In the first
'Cause
Destiny.
They said that in the Zelda reveal, right?
Yeah, but in Zelda you can do that.
Yeah.
Though. In Destiny you couldn't do that. I just don't think they knew that though when they were making the game.
They didn't. All right, Fallout 76. What y'all think?
It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think we're gonna.
Like nuking people. and
That's
stuff,
interesting.
That
That's
sounds
going to get
fun.
really annoying for me, probably.
That's the okay.
So
So
we have to do it ourselves.
the thing is, like, people want certain things in games, but they don't think about what those mechanics actually mean. So it's like people, and this is a brief aside, but like people don't want weapons breaking in Zelda, for instance. If you didn't have that, you just use the strongest weapon all the time, which
Yeah.
some people want. But that would eliminate an entire mechanic from the game of choosing the right weapon for the right situation. There's even mechanics around when weapons break. If you throw them, you get double damage. Like there's all systems there, and it all works together really well. And you have to make interesting decisions about what you carry and what you don't. A game like this that's multiplayer, if there wasn't a random die roll that leveled your fort, you just have a perfect fort all the time. And then why would you ever need to build ever? You just have a laser fort because you'd grind it out. And then other people would walk near it.
Yeah, that's something I did not think about. You're right.
You need the hand of God to come down and level the playing field sometimes, just to keep things spicy, to make sure that level 99
guys. It's not the hand
guys.
of God. It's like, it's a person.
It's the devil's around you.
But they didn't.
Yeah.
They
so
didn't
like somebody
imply-
could be a dick and just like get really good at the thing and like kind of square out this base and then always pick on the same people.
I'm hoping it's a self-leveling system where like somebody uses a nuke and then they're disallowed from using it for another couple of weeks.
That's what I was thinking about.
That's
Or
smart.
it's timed, you know?
Yeah.
There's some type of like gatekeeper that prevents that from just being spammed.
Yeah.
In the gameplay too, it even seemed like it was landscape altering. Like there were players running through this like totally bombed out area after a nuke dropped and it looked all crazy and dark and dusty.
So how's that going to work? Like what instance? So I'm super fascinated by a couple of things. He said it was 4 times bigger than Fallout 4. That doesn't mean there's 4 times as much content.
Yeah.
So
It's just spread out over a bigger area.
also, if there are no people took some comments to say no NPCs, like every other person is a player. So what's in the game?
Well,
Just a bunch of empty fields?
They said you could play it solo, so there has to be some kind of
No, you can play every game solo.
Yeah, something fun in there to do by yourself.
I guess. I'm just like,
I have no idea.
that means there's no dialogue trees, which means a lot of the stats and special don't mean anything unless they get reconstituted.
Why wouldn't there be dialogue trees?
Who are you going to talk to?
Like NPCs?
Well, that's the thing. Some people have interpreted Todd's comments to mean every other character is a player.
Oh.
But then, like, let's say you nuke a place that creates a nuke hole. When you leave the game, do you come back to that instance with the nuke hole still there? If you join another player, do you go to their version of Fallout 76? It's not an MMO in the sense that everybody's West Virginia is the same.
Yeah.
Because there's more than 500 players. So
They said 500 people per server?
no. That's just a narrative thing. Like there were 500 people in the vault. I was just throwing the word out.
Oh, okay.
They didn't say because honestly, there's probably not a hard number. It'll soft match you with people as you're playing, kind of like Destiny does in the open areas.
Yeah, these big instances.
Solo means no parties, not single player. Pete Hines said so. Thank you, Lord.
Oh, there
that's
we go.
about what I would guess. Like you can play Borderlands solo.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you should or be. That's really the way to play it. Well, you can.
That's how I played
I
it.
don't want people in my nuke hole.
how I play it.
That's my nuke hole.
Yeah. That's my private time.
Well, this comes
my
out in
new
November,
goal.
so that's not too far away.
But yeah, people are already starting to do the thing that is not good. There was somebody who was like, "Oh, I'm gonna play 76. I'm gonna be a merchant. I'll be the guy who sells you armor." I'm like, "You probably can't do that. You probably can't. It's not that kind of game. I don't think, because it's got life bars and like, I don't know. I'm worried that people are already starting to think that this game is not what it's going to be.
Well, at least it's coming out soon, so people don't
Yeah.
have a ton of time to like come up with this random
Yeah, you're right.
random game that
Hype
doesn't
train
actually
it.
exist. Yeah.
Whatever Destiny was going to
Like,
be.
yeah, fucking no Man's Sky, this game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
That's a good verb.
So yeah, I'm. It could be very fun, but some of the like world mechanics, multiplayer mechanics, could be cool. Could be so aggravating depending on how it executes. Because like the nuke thing, if I like punch a tree for an hour, make a bed so I can save my game, and then a nuke falls on me, I'm gonna just throw my controller out the window. I had experiences like that with like Skyrim. I'd play for 2 hours, not go through a door because the open world's so huge, so it wouldn't autosave. And then I'd just like, it'd be at night or whatever, some dude would just like hit me with a rock and I'd fall off a cliff and die. And that's kind of funny, but then I'd lose 2.5 hours of progress. And I'd just be like, I don't want to play this anymore, man. So I don't know. I never finished Skyrim, never finished Fallout 4. Bleh.
Yeah, I didn't finish. So that, like, my thing is, I want that game to be able to be played by myself because I don't think I'll have a consistent group of people that I can play it with. But also,
Yes.
I didn't finish 4. Like, these kind of games always get way too daunting for me anyway, and I end up just kind of stop being... I lose my motivation because there's so much stuff to do. I feel like I'm falling behind always, and I stop playing.
Yeah.
Just naturally, I fall off of them.
The cooperative element too, yeah. If you don't have a running crew, which is really hard to get this day and age, if you like miss a couple of weeks because you get sick or you got to go work or you're out of
Yeah.
town or whatever, and then you come back and your buddy's level 300 and he's got Brotherhood of Steel armor and a chain gun, and you're still there with your little like gas powered rifle and like a napkin over your dick, that's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Your friend will be like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just follow me. I'll protect you." And then you're just holding up on the stick while he kills
it's not
everything.
Fun. Yeah, it's not fun to do that.
Borderlands 2 did a really good job, like kind of yanking levels together. Destiny actually yanks levels together really well too, but I don't know how they're gonna get around that.
That first Borderlands was such a great game to me. Like playing with friends, playing by yourself, like that game was so much fun. And it bums me because 2 didn't feel like, for whatever reason, I don't remember why, but 2 didn't really feel like that. And then they just the series ended. Like I don't know what happened to that.
They're working on 3.
Are they? It's been how long has it been? It's been fucking forever.
Yeah, they had the prequel.
Oh yeah, the prequel one was
pre-sequel.
garbage.
Yeah, I couldn't. I played a ton of 2.
I mean,
and a lot of 1.
Yeah, putting oxygen mechanics in there, that was garbage.
Yeah,
Here's another meter.
Even like the high jumps, the gravity jumps, something I was like, eh.
And shut the fuck up, Claptrap. God damn.
What's next on the list?
Well,
Remember
real
it was his
quick.
birthday though, and
When you found it.
he found him. And
yeah.
My birthday.
MRD says, don't know if the nukes in Fallout 76 are shot at a specific place in the map, making that area high level with good loot, and anyone there dies. Pete Hines spoke about it on Inside Xbox.
Oh,
okay. All right, I'll check that out. I could see that being and this whole mechanic here also raises some eyebrows. Where like you get some kind of internal currency reward for killing specific targets or other players. Like there might be bounties on people. Yeah, we'll see.
Caps are the currency of that world, right?
They're bottle caps, yeah. But this is also like that's not what that symbol is.
Isn't that little C a cap? A bottle cap? It's got the little jaggy edges.
I guess that's what it is now. That's not what they looked like before. I guess it's a Nuka-Cola bottle cap. I guess. Yeah.
I guess the nuke thing could work how
you always had to loot stuff before. Now it's just this ethereal. You just get. It's such a small distinction to make, but Fallout was always like shitty. You had to like pick everything up off the ground, and the currency is literal soda caps. So it's weird that like just bing, you get caps. I don't know. It's getting further away from Fallout or what Fallout used to be. Not a bad thing. It's just weird. It's confusing. Anyway, sorry, Jacob. I cut you off.
Oh, I was saying the nuke thing could work like how the skull forts in Sea of Thieves work. Like a nuke drops on an area and like there's good stuff there because like it's like whoever was saying that in the chat. It could just be a place that draws players to it. And it's rewarding to stay there and actually stick out with whatever is challenging them. So maybe it isn't in players' hands. I guess we'll see.
Yeah. All right, Doom Eternal. Not a whole lot to say, really. Just a really fucking great motion.
It'll probably be really cool.
There's going to be more good stuff of Doom.
Yeah.
You know?
More Doom.
Was so good.
I mean, the fact that they're calling it Eternal, kind of like Halo Infinite, branding implies that they want this to be a game that they update. Like, it's not Doom 2, but it is kind of Hell on Earth, which was what Doom 2 was. So there's like a lot of buildings.
Big old
and
brain.
Shit.
I mean, there's got to be ways to interpret eternal that is not just like this is our forever game.
Yeah.
You know, like a literal definition of the word eternal meaning something to like the boss is some weird thing like that, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, some context thing. I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah, I'm still confident that this is going to be an awesome game in itself and not some weird like service thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be both. I think that they can't launch a Doom without a great campaign because that's what made the game. That's what made Doom 1 work. Mm-hmm. And they bet heavy on multiplayer with the open beta and snap map. And I don't have the metrics on any of that, but it seems like it was the campaign. People want directed, well-crafted levels to play through, like great graphics, great music. That's what Doom is now, or always has been, really. So yeah, how you the easy guesses are like, oh, they wrote an algorithm that progressively combines level chunks into infinite replayability, kind of like Strafe or something like that.
Yeah, the Infinite Forest in Destiny.
Oh, God.
We'll see. Gameplay reveal August 10th, QuakeCon. So that's kind of cool. It's neat that they're holding it for QuakeCon. That's when the original Doom debuted at QuakeCon.
Yeah. Remember it didn't leak on the internet forever after that too?
The people were oddly respectful.
Yeah.
Because I recall the guy got up and he was like, hey, we're going to show this to you guys. This is like QuakeCon. This is where this belongs. We just asked you guys don't record it. And no one did. That was pretty cool. I mean, I looked for it.
Yeah, I looked for it. I wasn't there.
Wolfenstein Youngblood.
Co-op Wolfenstein. Sounds great.
James and I are going to play this for sure together.
I mean, it's also just the jumping in aesthetic. It's kind of Atomic Blondie. It's all like 80s neon. Man, Wolfenstein, they could just do anything with it. Although,
They
yeah,
can.
I guess the Nazis have been in power for like 50 years at this point.
Her knuckles are
40?
so fucked up right there. Did you see that?
Hold on, let's get back.
She's been rocking some people in the face.
We're gonna play Unravel first,
Damn it.
and then follow it up with this.
Yeah.
We're all
Get
gonna
all,
silently
get all
stare
the
at
good
same
feels out of
wall.
us.
There's just, man, I'm super pleased with all the co-op. Like,
Yeah.
E3 used to be
Yeah,
all
yeah.
about, oh yeah, look at all the scabs and like calluses. and stuff.
Just like scars everywhere. She's been
Like,
rocking some
those
people.
look like
in the
elephant
face.
knees.
They there were like, and in terms of like the tone of E3 and the kinds of projects people are funding, it used to be all about competitive shooters. Call of Duty, like every publisher needed their Call of Duty. And now every publisher needs their co-op game. And I've always liked co-op way more than competitive. So
Me too.
This is not specifically like couch co-op, right? Like they didn't say anything about it
I
being
don't
not
imagine so.
online.
it has to be online.
Yeah.
That's not even a thing anymore.
I
Do
mean,
you want to be blonde or dark?
like Brothers and A Way Out and all this stuff. Like their couch co-op was making a resurgence a couple years ago.
That's a good point.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Guacamelee 2 coming
Guacamole.
out.
Oh, yeah. Was that in the C3 at all?
I mean, it got announced a while ago,
Oh,
so
okay.
maybe I'm sure it showcased on like Twitch or something. They were like,
Yeah,
"Here's
yeah,
something from
yeah.
Guacamelee 2."
All right, hold on. I got to play a thing real quick.
There we go.
Oh, it's the wrong. Wait, hold on. I gotta go back to the other one.
Was this the
Oh,
last time you can do
no.
this?
No, you kidding?
You're still watching.
You heard the openings playing.
Whoops.
Uh-oh.
All right.
There couldn't possibly be anything for Cyberwatch. We might as well move on.
So this is. I guess there were a couple of trailers like this of just like this. There's no gameplay. This is just an idea.
Mhm.
I'm kind of surprised that they showed this, but I guess they have gameplay at E3. Appointments on Thursday.
Oh, really?
Still waiting on some event in this godforsaken fucking world to conspire to prevent me from seeing this game. But we'll see.
I was genuinely surprised by the positive reaction from Adam and Bruce when this game trailer played.
'Cause it looks like GTA. That's why they like it. Well, that's why Bruce likes it.
Really? Like he was. It seemed like he was genuinely excited to play this game.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, nothing about this seems like something that he'd be into.
He's usually pretty downer about stuff.
Well, it's just like there's not game. They're not showing
Oh,
game. They're
yeah,
not.
that's
It's
true.
like
But-
this is just like every other bullshit they show.
Well,
off.
but it's so much like a GTA. Like think of the early GTA trailers where it would just be going around Los Santos doing it's so similar. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah,
And
scenes of Los Santos.
I think
kind of
Bruce
thing.
is just thinking like, oh, I'll be able to do that and go there, and this is a world.
See, I just think about
Hold on, this
the
soundtrack
game
is super
and
fucking
yeah,
good.
this whole trailer sounds so good. Just a
I
game.
think this looks pretty cool.
Yeah, just a
I'm-
game in
I'm
this
very
genre
excited.
with the depth of something like Witcher 3, which I played last year, and it took me like 3 months to beat it.
See that kind of terrifies me because I'm really interested in what this looks like. But if it's as long and deep as The Witcher, I'm never gonna finish it.
You don't have to finish it. Just live in it.
Just live in it.
Yeah.
Just play the same thing.
Just
over
quit
and
your
over.
job. Just live in this. It's okay. just put a needle in your vein. Get some saline dripped in there so you don't dehydrate. And just take some muscle relaxers and go to Cyberpunk.
Yes.
I was listening to The Prodigy all day because of this song.
Getting hacked. Getting hacked on the plane. Oh, getting hacked in the meeting.
Everyone's hacked.
Oh, getting hacked in the eye.
Getting hacked in the brain.
Oh, hacked by some bullets.
That dude's not getting hacked. He's made out of metal.
Oh, here's a cool car.
God, that logo is so good.
I think like a lot of
You can wait for
I don't want to disrespect the music. I think a lot of this E3 like it's having faith in these developers who have given us really good products in the past. So I think you can watch that trailer and say, okay, they didn't really show us anything. This is a cool cinematic trailer, but man, The Witcher is an amazing game. So you can have faith in that. You can see Fallout 76 and if you're a big Fallout fan, have faith that Bethesda is going to give you a really
and same
cool
with Doom and all that
experience.
stuff, too.
Yeah, Starfield and Elder Scrolls. These will pay off in a few years.
And I think it was I don't want to jump ahead, but as weird and indecipherable as Death Stranding still is, I think it's still like faith in Kojima, right? To
Yeah.
give a really
That is
interesting experience.
that even though Sony was disappointing, they showed a bunch of cool stuff, and this is my favorite thing so far of E3 because I know Like, this is so fucking weird already.
Yeah.
Like, this is only going to be the weirdest thing Kojima's ever done, which is going to be the best thing I've ever experienced.
So
Yeah.
I like walking simulators. Like, to me, I enjoy these moments of Assassin's Creed almost more than the combat, which to me is starting to feel obligatory. I guess that's a really pretentious thing to say. But if the entire game is walking at varying speeds through crazy ethereal landscapes with like ghosts sort of dogging you the whole way, that's awesome.
Well, that one shot where it's like you're walking with like a body wrapped in muslin cloth on your back, and it's like, what's the story there?
I mean, look at that, like with him just stacked up with shit.
Yeah.
That, like,
Absurdly
like physically, that's not going to work.
Well, also,
in real
like,
life ever.
There's
That's just some dumb Metal Gear shit.
well, Kojima always has this weird sense of humor, and the way that like these boxes are shifting and animating on his back to me is like Metal Gear Goofy.
Attached to his arms and his thighs and stuff. Yeah, like that's just some stupid Metal Gear bullshit. You know, it's so
He lost
good.
his shit.
It's and to me it's all
that
adding
doesn't
up.
even look like what's his name.
Norman.
His like hair is like slicked back.
Oh,
I'm
stuff.
really
Oh,
curious.
gross.
Why does he have to? Yeah, he peels it. Well.
It's so unsettling.
I'm really curious why he has to take his shoes off.
He's got a gun.
well, I
He's
mean,
walking so much, so
His feet are fucked up from
foot
his
got
boots.
fucked up.
But there were parts where his boots were on his pack, like he was walking barefoot.
Was it through water? Maybe.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, actually, I think you're right. Yeah. Okay. Never
You
mind.
wouldn't want to wear your boots in the water because then they would get soggy.
Oh,
and
weird
get-
old person
you would get
rain.
boot rot.
That
What is it
Yeah.
called?
Timefall.
Timefall. Is that what it's called?
No,
Yeah.
Wait,
That was
Trenchfoot?
Trench
Trench
foot.
foot or timefall? Which one are we talking about?
Timefall is the time rain.
That
Oh.
skull tattoo looks like something Jeff Ramsey would put on a T-shirt, doesn't it? It's just me.
That's what's going to be at that pop up later.
Yeah.
There's to me I'm getting the vibe that there's actually a lot of consistency. Like it appears to be free artistic Kojima bullshit. But all the stuff he's talked about with like what Death Stranding means and the thematic unity between like underwater imagery, being in the womb, which is still suspended in water, the idea of like children in a womb having to be born and go into this other world where they have to learn how to breathe and talk. Like the two world nature of the game is starting to really add up. And I don't know, I think there's going to be something really cool here. As far as how it plays, I almost don't care at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to play, like, even if it plays slightly like Metal Gear 5 did, that's fine.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
5 was good. Like, that was
5
like
was
the
very good.
that was the culmination of gameplay that those games needed, you know?
He was climbing and his boots were on his side. Okay, so maybe he just needed bare feet to be able to climb. That makes sense. And yeah, she got like little spikies that pop out of her jacket.
Yeah.
That's cool. Whoever that is.
I love Leia Seydoux.
What is she from?
She's in like Midnight in Paris, James Bond, Blue's the Warmest Color.
That's what happens with every person I see in this game. Is like, who is that? Who do I know that person
She's-
from?
She's in like what was the last
Looks like
James
an
Bond?
umbrella.
Spectre.
So cool.
Oh,
She well, spoiler, but
she's the one on the horse?
well at the end they like cruise away together.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's his daughter or wife?
Yeah, it's unclear. I got the impression that it was like, oh, the baby he's carrying ends up being her kind of thing.
Well, yeah, because then this actress that shows up at the very end, I don't remember her name,
Mm-hmm.
but in real life, I think she's much older than she is actually
Oh, she's being portrayed.
shown here in the game. I think. If you'll Google her, maybe you'll see her name in the end credits. But
Sure. I don't know. I think Death Stranding is unique because it reminds me of when like 3D games started to happen, PlayStation 1, 2 era.
Mm-hmm.
There was a real enthusiasm about what was possible with games because the mechanics weren't laid out. It wasn't so rigid is not the right word to say, but like people know what games are now. Like you can see Fallout 76 and it's like, okay, it's 4 people, you see their life bars, you're going to shoot at things, pick up loot. You kind of know what it is. This is a game that doesn't appear to have common mechanics with not too many things. You can pick out some stuff. It's stealth.
Yeah.
It's third person. It's exploration. Look at all the plants are growing. They're growing now.
Growing and dying.
Yeah, I guess it's hyper. Oh, it just accelerates
Timefall.
time.
It's raining.
It's timefall. It doesn't just kill things. Yeah, it just accelerates time. And that's why he has to wear a protective suit.
It's
and all
pretty
that stuff.
cool.
But he has a particular ability to grab people's attention, and also make people really curious, and to be able to grab just interest is hard enough, and to hold it for so long is also really, really unique. So I think it deserves it deserves some credit for that, at least, is that we have no idea what it is, really, still, after seeing a whole lot of it, which is rare.
I'm excited.
I am
Yeah,
okay
it
with
looks like
that.
it'll be
though.
really
Yeah,
cool.
I'm excited not to know what it is until it's the thing.
Oh yeah, she eats a bug.
The first time I
Her
played
face
Metal
is so detailed. Like
Yeah.
the musculature they must have built underneath that is got to be really insane.
A weird like start and end to this trailer because there's like the baby butt
Yeah.
at the
Oh, yeah.
beginning.
Lindsay
Lindsay
Wagner.
Which I
Wagner.
wasn't.
Lindsay Wagner. So look at her in the trailer
Leah.
here when she turns around. So but Google Lindsay Wagner.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about now.
I still don't.
Don't
Yeah,
do that.
get
Don't do
dead.
that, Windows. That's not Chrome. Whatever. Yeah, man, I'm into it. Was it SAY?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is young Lindsay Wagner.
So I'm curious. That's her, right?
Where?
Like this is the same person that
like
we're
they're
looking
like
at,
they're
right?
they're modeling the character off.
So
her.
I'm curious if there is a time travel aspect then, and
Well-
so we're gonna see her older, like
I don't know about time I mean, time fall is a thing.
sure,
So it
time fall, I guess is the right way to.
the only time we've seen is that in the stupid time reign, time is accelerated, so dudes get really old and die nearly immediately. Plants grow and then die really quickly. So they have to wear all this protective gear to protect them from
This
that.
video game's right at the bottom.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a Death Stranding.
TVA
Yeah,
Death
so that's
Stranding.
her.
They were on it.
Cool.
That's pretty cool. And that's also kind of another a pending breakthrough sort of thing where actors and actresses, their likeness starts to get separated from their reality in the world.
Yeah, I never got to see it, but the Robin Wright movie, that was the animated one, where it was like I can't even describe it because I never saw it, but I think it was playing with like casting her in an animated world as a younger version of herself, and it kind of like dealt with that.
Cool.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was just I should go back and watch that.
That sounds really neat. That's I think there's a lot of if you could talk to your younger self kind of deal. Oh, he lost his picture in the time fall. Oh, okay, and then
Old
the time fall
hands.
hits his.
Oh, it
Oh
looks
yeah,
Skin
like
gets
withered
out.
that one
Yeah.
spot. Huh? I didn't even notice
I
that.
didn't notice
Ugh,
that either.
It stresses
Should be
me
called
out.
Timefall.
I just love saying time fall. It's a cool word.
Titanfall.
Titanfall. But I also love Hims, who sponsors this podcast. So just before we get into it, I'd like to a word of advice, I guess. This is not necessarily my experience, but certain people have made it very clear that they enjoy going to their doctor. So we are not, in our sponsorship with Hims, we're not trying to convince you to circumvent your doctor or the medicine practice that you think is the best for you. This is mostly a service to get medication into the hands of those that want to use it, namely those people who are losing their hair or have thinning hair if you're in your 30s and you're a dude, or ladies too. But they sponsor this podcast because male-leaning, whatever. It's something that's starting to pop up. So, of course, never put any medication into your body that you're uncomfortable with or you feel like hasn't been adequately screened. But to that point, Hims does have licensed doctors that they will pair you with if you are starting to notice a thinning hairline. So Hims is a telemedicine service that basically you go onto their website. We're watching Death Stranding still. So you go in, you fill out a questionnaire about where you're losing hair, how it's thinning, or something like that. You have to take photos of your hairline. I had to take front, side, and back. And then they paired me with a doctor. The doctor was like, well, I actually can't make out your hairline in some of these photos. I just took them real quick with my phone because I was just doing it right before I left the office. So I had to retake some of them. Then he was like, oh, yeah, I think I see a thinning hairline in the front. I program finasteride, which is the generic equivalent of Propecia. And then now it comes to me every month in a little box, just like a lot of things on the internet do every month. So it comes with dosage instructions, potential side effects. We'll include those side effects below. Side effects are pretty normal for most prescription drugs. You can also go to your doctor of choice, and if they recommend finasteride to help prevent hair loss, oh gosh, the toenail again. We'll just leave it there. Maybe not there. If a doctor you trust recommends you to take it, then you can just transfer that prescription to Hims and then fulfill that prescription without having to go to a pharmacy or wait in line or anything like that. So even if the idea of getting a prescription from a doctor that you haven't met in person and have a rapport with makes you uncomfortable, you can still use the service to make your life a little more convenient. You can also get a trial month of Hymns for $5 while supplies last. If you want to try out the service, see if you're comfortable or not with it. You can just check out the process, see if they evaluate you properly. You can do that at forhims.com/dude. That's forhims.com/dude for a $5 trial month. Personally, my thinking right now is I want to make it to 2077 when Cyberpunk becomes real and still have a full head of cyber hair. So maybe Hims will help me get there. Got to hit the gym too because there's no doughy dudes in the future. They're all cool Cybermen. So thank you, Hims, for the sponsorship. Thank you for empowering me to get to the cyber future with a full head of hair that I can style into cybernetic fashion. That's kind of what I'm going for here. I need to make it into a tri-hawk or something.
Oh, that's rage.
Yeah, you're right. Damn. I did think that was interesting. I know that like Cyberpunk specifically is like the late 80s vision of the future, but he was still using like a gasoline-powered car, and we're basically moving away from that right now. Oh, whatever.
I mean, you assume it was gasoline powered.
It went vroom like it.
Yeah, but so do BMWs that are electric.
It had exhaust pipes.
So that way we get what we know. We need to have familiar things.
Yeah.
given to us.
It's like iRobot. He keeps gasoline powered vehicles because they're cool.
Well, isn't it? He was also a Luddite. Like he
That
didn't
was
like
cool.
robots.
That too.
I didn't watch it. I don't know.
All right, hit that list.
More
You
games.
got it. All right, we got to pick up the
More
pace.
games.
We got about 80 games to get through.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
We're
All
through
right,
at 5.
lightning round. Just Cause 4.
Meh.
I'm excited to watch compilations of people doing crazy stuff in this game.
I will check out the subreddit and probably play it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
But God bless ye on the internet who strap bombs to goats or whatever you do in that game. Halo Infinite.
I really like Halo. I thought Halo 5 had wonderful multiplayer. I have no idea what kind of game this is going to be, but they seem to point out that they have their own engine now.
It looks really good.
Yeah. It
Well,
looks
also,
real
like,
pretty.
neither of you guys were like, "Oh, this is Halo" from the get-go. It wasn't until the end.
Yeah, until there's like Master Chief helmet. And
I
was like,
didn't-
oh, it's Halo.
I didn't peg Halo until I saw the interior
Bruce
of a helicopter. Yeah, Bruce knew right
But I
away.
think
Yeah.
he was just prepared to say whatever the
I think
first
yeah,
thing
he was just saying
is
Halo because of whatever.
Yeah.
Well, this
the
looks
first
Halo.
game
Yeah,
show.
I mean, the rings.
And then
that
like
looks
inside the
Halo.
Pelican, you're right.
That
Yeah.
looks like Halo.
I mean, yeah, it's
That's not future at all.
It was military.
It's-
stuff.
yeah,
Adam's
it's
tired
still-
of being a Halo guy.
It's still James Cameron.
We got
like,
baby
looking-
Jacob.
Yeah,
looking
I love
boxes.
Halo.
He's got infinite energy for Halo.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Halo
the-
Infinite Energy.
That's very Halo.
Next
Yeah.
to game.
Yeah.
I think
I think this will be. I'm excited to see what it'll be.
it's on a Halo. Those aren't around in the universe anymore, are they? Didn't they all blow up?
No, they're still there.
Oh, never mind.
There's still a ton of them.
Whoops. All right. Gears Tactics.
Which
What?
one's this one again?
Who?
The
Yeah.
Huh?
It's the XCOM
What?
Gears
Oh.
game.
What?
Aw, you guys.
Chip.
I like XCOM. I like
Yeah.
Gears. I'll probably play
It
it.
looks like a good version of that.
Gears 5, not called Gears of War 5.
Just gear. Oh, it's just called
It's
Gears.
just
just
Gears
Gears.
5.
Cool.
Was the last one Gears of War?
It's Gears of War 4.
I'm excited for this. This looks cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked 4. I didn't play a ton of 1 through 3, but we got 4, and it was like, oh, I want to try out this like PC Xbox thing,
Yeah.
and I ended up playing the entire game, and like I liked it. I thought it was fun. It was dumb and flowed together really well. I thought.
I
Yeah.
thought so too. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that
looks
was a
fun.
solid game.
We'll have to play it together, Omar. Battletoads.
Fucking Battletoads
Yeah.
is back.
There we go.
What happened like 2 years ago that everyone thought Battletoads was getting
Phil
remade?
Spencer wore a
You were?
Battletoads
Sure.
T-shirt
Okay.
during the conference.
The
And
art
all it was
styles.
they put it in that weird collection. Game.
Well, yeah, and then there was like a Battletoad statue at the show floor.
They added Rash to Killer Instinct.
Oh, that's
right.
what it was.
That's what it was. Yeah.
I like this art style, like alien hominid style.
Mm-hmm.
That could be. That
And I
looks
think
like a really good beat 'em up.
That was probably just all like a test too, to be like, is there a want of Battletoads? Will
Oh,
people think it's lame? Will people be like, oh, you shit?
And it is rare
Rare's
making it.
making it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's so weird because I remember there being an interview with people at Rare and they were like, "We're not making old stuff anymore. We're done with that." And I guess it took a Sea of Thieves to be like, "No, you're gonna make Battletoads."
You
All right.
will make Battletoads.
Dying Light
You
2,
will love it.
featuring Chris Avellone, which was kind of a surprise. He's like an old writer for Black Isle back in the day, then Obsidian.
Yeah.
Did what was it? Pillars of Eternity 2? I don't remember which one he did the what was the other one? Deadfire?
These are all things I don't know what they are.
Shit.
Yeah. This looks fun.
Yeah.
I like the first one. There's a castle in the background, so that's exciting.
Did he just fuck up that jump and get to the ground, or was that?
No, we
in
did like
Gotcha.
the pirate knife in the thing
Yeah.
Oh,
slide.
okay.
Jacob, I need a buddy to get through Dying Light with. Are you already like platinum level in that game? How's that work?
Like I played it at launch, and I don't think I ever finished it, but I still love playing it, and I fell off of it. Let's play it.
All right, let's do it. We'll finish up Dying Light. PC?
I don't have it on PC, so I'll have to start over anyways.
Oh, okay. That can work out, I guess.
Yeah.
If you're co-playing on PC.
Oh, I am.
All right. Yeah. Friendship start here. Kingdom Hearts 3. What do you think?
Super
Disney stuff.
excited.
Yeah.
Frozen!
I hope that I play this entire game.
You can say that about every game.
Yeah, no, but like Kingdom Hearts 1, I played all the way through. 2, I never finished. I hope I play this one all the way through.
Yeah.
Right
I want
on.
a game like this. I want like an RPG style game that I actually start to finish. I hope this one keeps my attention.
The Kingdom Heartsies are not typically as long as normal RPGs.
Yeah.
Like 20 hours
Some
maybe.
Fun Disney stuff.
And action RPG.
Huh.
I can get down with this. I hope I play it.
Yeah.
I
That'll
hope
be
I
exciting.
play
It's
it.
exciting that it's coming out.
I'm not going to make any promises to myself.
We already talked about Sekiro a little bit.
You skipped
Yeah.
Gears Pop.
That's not a game. Shout out the Tomb Raider.
Excited.
I'm excited. I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
The other ones were great. They're just good, like very video games.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, she's fucking brutal in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gotten
Damage
real
next.
savage throughout
Yeah.
these 3 games.
Murder
Yeah.
the fuck out of dudes.
It looks really cool.
It does.
So remember when she was just like, "Oh, I'm helpless with my bow," and
Yeah.
not anymore.
No, I can't kill you.
I'm so cold. Blah,
Cover
blah,
yourself
blah.
in mud.
Cover myself with your blood. I'll warm you up.
Yeah.
What the fuck? It was like a giant chainsaw.
Look at that. She's about to arrow that dude in the back of the head from point blank range.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
She's not even gonna be able to get enough momentum on that
Oh,
arrow.
Lara.
Cool.
So
All right.
cool.
Excited.
The Quiet
you
Man.
keep going back
I
to this
know.
dude hunched over.
It's great. took a hard
Poop.
spill.
This one, I'm not really sure.
What was this? I don't remember.
This was from Square Enix's conference.
Oh.
It was like
That's
live
why.
action, and then it turns into a video game.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like the bouncer. Like legit looks like the bouncer. I don't know. That doesn't mean anything, but it's a quiet. He's deaf man, and then he beat up some like street toughs.
Oh,
Whoa, these guys are street toughs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those weren't the ethnicities they were in live action world.
I mean, it's got some cool camera movements, but like you can't do camera like that when you're hitting buttons.
Yeah, you'll throw up.
So
I don't
is
know
it just a
yet.
bunch of canned whoop ass? Because that's okay.
And they went back to live action at the end there.
Yeah. Is it supposed to? Maybe it's supposed to be like a. Maybe it's supposed to be a hybrid. Maybe it doesn't look like the bouncer.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Robo dogs.
Okay, never mind.
This looks like Kingdom Hearts.
There we go. Now, I mean, yeah.
Kingdom Hurts. I
I guess yeah. This was Nomura's art style. Oof, that leg was awesome.
That leg.
Yeah, we'll move on. Division 2,
Sure, I'll play that.
Synced it.
I liked the first
We
one. I didn't play any of the DLC, but it was still fun.
drone grenades, Forza Horizon 4, Devil May Cry 5.
I'm excited to
Cool.
play this.
Yeah.
You're
I'm,
Nero
I'm
again.
disappointed there was no pizza dick, but
Oh well, yeah, they're not going to show that in a
She catch
trailer,
that
probably.
cigarette in her mouth while
Yeah.
an explosion was happening. This looks fun.
We got a new Devil May
is
lady.
that not Dante?
That's-
That's
doesn't
Nero
look
from Devil May Cry 4. He's got the motorcycle sword with like the fucking throttle on
Oh yeah,
it.
the revving. He did rev up the sword at the end.
Because yeah, Dante shows up at the end and he looks creepy and old. There he is.
Oh, that's
Ugh.
Dante.
That's Dante. He's got his demon bike.
I'm gonna get you.
Yeah.
The way that Japanese developers they try to make dudes look old and cool by giving them the sparsest stubble and like really weird teeth.
Yeah.
Did have anybody here played Beyond or not Beyond Detroit yet?
No,
Yeah.
I need
I
to.
started
I
it.
just.
What's his name? The cop in the game is an actor that I forget his name now too.
The Connor, the negotiator.
No, the cop that he's partnered with.
Clancy Brown.
Yes, that is the like. Yeah.
Whatever that actor, like the way they made him look in that game is exactly that.
Grizzled
like
old
weird,
man.
like weird facial hair, sparsity
Yeah.
and stuff.
That's Clancy Brown, isn't it? That's
I have
the
no
voice
idea.
I
actor.
think that's it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that
This.
is that him.
Yes.
Yeah, that's totally him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks just like him.
Metro looks so visually impressive.
Yeah.
It looks a little spooky.
Yeah.
These games always stress me out.
The Metro games are very spooky.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of closer to original Fallout vibe these days.
Mm-hmm.
Of just like creepy shit, weird mutants. You die really easily. You
Yeah.
gotta scrape for everything.
Looks cool though.
These are the ones that are based off the weird books.
Yeah, and it's actually a pretty cool story. The guy who wrote the Metro 2033 books, he's just like totally open about the IP. He's like, I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want with it. This is actually pretty awesome. I'm glad you made a game about this. Like, there were some interviews with him where he's just like super stoked that all these cool games are being made about his books.
That's rad.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. But yeah, looks cool. Single player FPS, graphically intense FPS, narrative driven. They don't make those much anymore. Bethesda's trying, but even they're having to get a little crafty with it with like co-op on Youngblood and stuff like that. So yeah, cool. And also, I think it's pretty cool of Microsoft to. I think this is a 1X pusher of like you can play this game in 4K on the 1X type thing. Again, they didn't really hit that marketing point, which I thought was really odd. Jump Force.
Which one was that one? Oh,
the jump one. Whatever.
Yeah, these games actually tend to turn out pretty cheap. Having played a few of them, they're usually pretty quick cash-in games. But whatever. I don't think the Jump series really has ever been localized. So for it to come out, and especially be shown in a conference like this. Also, Dragon Ball's hot now, so it's a good time to strike. Naruto's, I guess, still blazing along. Time was right. Time was right for people to get hyped about this. But yeah, no gameplay. So is it like, I guess it's like a 3D brawler? That's all I can figure.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Maybe it's 2D. Who knows?
I totally forgot about Transference.
Yeah, we're Anthem, we are talking about Battlefield 5. Jedi Fallen Order was a man in a hat, said the word out loud. Unravel 2 is already out. Sea of Sol 2, we talked about it a little bit. Command & Conquer Rivals, who cares? It's on the phone. Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit.
What was this?
That's
it's
the
Life is Strange one. Looks neat.
It does. Go ahead.
It's supposed to like bridge some story gap to this next one, right?
Is that like
it's in the universe?
Yeah. Why though? Why make this in the universe?
I mean, that's what I thought. Is like Life is Strange 2 is going to come out, and this is going to be like a free thing where they go, basically like when they would release like a comic book to be like, here's the comic book for the story of Deus Ex that you missed. Read this before you play it. I feel like that's what this is.
To me, this feels like before every Pixar movie, they do the little short. That was the tech test to make the movie you're about to watch. That's what this feels like.
That's a really good analogy for it.
I am such a sucker for visualizing imagination, though.
Yeah.
So I'm totally down with
Captain
this.
Spirit.
I just don't know why this has to be Life is Strange.
And it's free.
I think it's like I said, I think it's going to give us a story element that's going to lead.
Hopefully.
I think.
Platinum Games, Babylon's Fall. This is the game that I couldn't remember because there were so many of them. But yeah, Platinum Games is making a new game. It's got loads of lore.
Oh yeah, the fucking wizards.
Cool.
Yeah, you're like crazy wizard armor dudes that attack each other with glow tentacles. Who knows, man?
If this plays even half this cool, it'll be great.
It does remind me a little bit of Wonderful 101, how like you were a tiny guy and then things would sprout out of you and then like that's what you would use to affect the world. So I wonder if that's the mechanic they're kind of going for. Like you have these tendrils that grab weapons and that's how you attack. But
Platinum.
Yeah, Platinum Games just killing it.
Remember that Transformers game?
Oh yeah. Revenge of the Fallen or what? I don't remember. Dragon Quest 11. Just
Ever
me?
heard of it?
11?
Yeah, that's
Oh
what
my
they're up to.
gosh.
Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
That's real cool. Well, baby
Honestly,
Jade.
if this was just a movie, I would watch the shit out of this movie.
Come on, you can play for me. Come on.
Come on, old woman.
Play a little bit. What? Okay, it's going.
Oh, it's just a very...
Is it slow pushing right now? What is happening? No, it's frozen.
Trailer breakdown. Damn it, I got tricked.
Yeah. Okay, I was like watching it, like it's moving, right?
Ubisoft. Okay, there it goes.
Yeah, it looks cool. Oh, I love some friendly pigs.
If the whole game is just me getting through gameplay to see the next cutscene, totally cool with that.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'll endure it.
I will watch this movie over and over again.
But Beyond Good and Evil 1 actually had really good gameplay too. It was like that it was like Zelda 64 layout, open world with dungeons that were pretty well designed and had some good like block puzzles and combat sequences.
The camera stuff.
Yeah, taking photos of all the wildlife and stuff like that. It was really cool.
And the reveal at the end of this that the Jade is the bad
I was maybe
the
surprised by that.
bad guy? Crazy.
Oh yeah, her fucking shiny spacesuit.
Yeah.
God bless the French. Again, cool. It reminds me of just like
in a shiny suit, flashy land, but not the suit land.
This reminds me of Fifth Element so much. It's France space, Trials Rising, Skull and Bones, Starlink, Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I'm playing through Origins right now, and I like it.
Did you get past the whatever it is after Siwa?
Yeah, I'm moving on. And
okay,
I'm enjoying it.
Is it ramping up more?
Yeah, like it's got like a fun bad guys, really good main character.
Oh yeah, fucking FMV game.
Yeah, Transference.
Yeah.
I am down for some
Yeah.
FMV games.
Elijah Wood.
That's right. That's right. Because Macon Blair directed I Don't Belong in This World Anymore for Netflix, and Elijah Wood starred in it. Which is, I can only imagine where this connection came from. Macon Blair is in all the Jeremy Saulnier movies, like Green Room and Blue Ruin. But he's also a director of his own right. That movie, I Don't Belong in This World Anymore, is dope.
Okay. Oh, I need to check it out.
Yeah, check it out. Is it on a service?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
That's the Elijah Wood connection.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this looks really cool.
Yeah, I'm totally down for this.
Man, what if, like, this might be this, but, like, if they redid Myst, like, made a Myst game now, instead of just, like...
You mean Abduction?
No, because it wasn't
I know.
yeah, it wasn't
know.
enough.
Yeah.
I played through all of Abduction in, like, a night.
Yeah, I know.
Well, there was another Misty game. Hold on. Forgotten City. Wait, is this... Yeah. This one looks Myst-like.
Myst-like light.
Yeah.
That's what the genre is.
I need that FMV in
It
there.
takes so much effort to say.
I guess, yeah,
This is
you do
the
need that
light.
FMV.
Myst-like light.
Yeah, this looks cool. There's
Yeah.
flashlights,
Abduction.
cool areas.
Yeah, I
Those
know.
old
That was a
people.
waste of money.
It's just there was like nothing that I had to write down in a notebook.
Oh yeah, you want that experience?
Yeah.
So nerdy. There was nothing to write in my notes.
Let's see here. We're almost up on time, so I'll
We gotta
start
talk about Spoderman.
hotspotting it. Oh
We
yeah,
gotta talk about
Spoders.
fucking the new Remedy game too, because that
Yeah.
looks like
Yeah,
it's gonna
yeah.
be fucking awesome.
Control. I'll throw this up real quick.
Troll.
I'll look up the Spider-Man. But yeah, let's see here. Other highlights, I guess. Forgotten City. Wait, that was the one we just showed. What was the Cthulhu one? Where it's like,
I don't know.
Hunt? You mean?
no, there was one where
they
you're
showed Hunt.
the Sinking City. This
The
looked pretty cool.
Sinking
So sorry, Control.
City.
One sec. You're like an investigator.
Oh yeah.
Investigating paranormal bullshits.
I swear this looks like Arcane made this game though. Doesn't that like
it really does.
the
Looks very
tattoos on that dude's
Arcane-ish.
face look like it came straight out of what's it called?
Yeah, not Darksiders.
Ugh.
The other Arcane game, the one that everyone likes.
Dishonored.
Dishonored.
Oh, that reminds me. I haven't finished Dishonored 2. That game
doesn't
got-
that dude look straight up out of Dishonored?
He
Yeah.
absolutely does. But I mean,
Kind of lumpy.
you could argue it's both like dark industrial revolution era stuff. So maybe there is some shared artistic inspiration between the two. But yeah, this looks neat. Solving Cthulhu crimes. I'm down. Presuming it ends up being that. And then yeah, Control looks like it's still live actors mixed with action sequences. It's weird, man. Like, it looked so much like Quantum Break that I was like, this has to be a Remedy game even
Yeah.
before the thing popped up.
Man, Quantum Break has so much potential to be such a cool property. With
I
the
liked
TV
it.
stuff.
I liked it
And
a
the
lot.
I
game,
enjoyed
you know,
it.
like it was only half of what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, kind of.
Cool.
But I'm glad Remedy's still kicking.
Joyce.
I really like Remedy. I like what they're doing. It's probably way too expensive for what they'll ever make back on it.
Yeah,
but
yeah, absolutely.
As long as somebody's still there to have faith in them and cut them checks, please keep doing your wild shit.
Keep being weird.
Ooh.
Didn't that dude get in trouble actually?
Sam Lake?
Yeah.
Really?
For what?
Did he grope
being,
somebody?
Yeah, like being shitty to women.
Oh,
in his
Sam Lake,
studio.
no.
He was always nice to me.
I think something happened where I don't know if it was specifically against women, but something came out where he was like maybe
I don't
not the
know.
nicest person to his subordinates.
Oh,
I
no.
don't know. We did. I wrote a sketch for Mandatory Update where Michael Huber played Sam Lake in it, and Sam Lake messaged me and he's like, "I love this." He's like, "Do you want me to come and like?"
I
We never
remember,
got a chance to like coordinate it.
I was
and
always super bummed that never happened. It
Yeah.
seemed like such a good opportunity for Huber.
But Sam Lake totally like he's you know, a lot of people might be like, oh, they're making fun of me, but Sam Lake was like, I would love to like do something.
Like when you guys did that thing with Jonathan Blow and he was just not having it.
He did not want that
no.
taco. He did not want that taco.
Oh man.
RE2 remake was
That's
pretty hot
cool.
shit.
Those like the
Yeah.
cutscenes, just it looks crazy.
Capcom somehow is still making some of the most technologically advanced games,
Mhm.
and like they're one of the few Japanese developers that have really hung in there. Developers/publishers.
Oh, that pizza looks
it's wild too
disgusting.
that this is like
It's Resident Evil.
they're spending this much money remaking the game they already made.
Yeah.
Like they did the same thing with the first one, right? Resident Evil 1 remake.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's like
But then they
completely redone.
They re-released it for years, and I think that's what they're going to do with this. It's going to hit PlayStation, then it'll go to PC, then they'll release it on PS5. Like Capcom is a chronic re-releaser, so I think they are willing to invest the money in this because they know they're going to re-release this 8
I
times.
think it makes total sense.
It makes total sense.
Like,
It's also been long enough. Like it's it's almost the thing where now it's like, if you have a kid that's 18,
Yeah.
a terminated title, you're like, you never played Resident Evil 2? Then you can circle back around. It's like Disney re-releasing stuff or all the live action stuff Disney's doing. You never saw Beauty and the Beast? Get in the theater.
Since they already have like a script for this,
Yeah.
are they saving enough, you think, remaking this game as opposed to just making a new one?
By not having to
probably
hire
doing-
like a
they're doing
writer
both.
and a level design.
Yeah, to not have to do level design and writing, I
We
guess.
got ghetto birds outside. What's going on?
I
Yeah.
guess I think it's just like they know they can bank on it that to be well received too.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Unless it's like super jank or
Yeah, it
it
doesn't
doesn't
seem like
do
it.
it justice.
Neo 2?
But
yeah, Neo 2. Another
Cool.
Neo. So we
This
get...
surprises me how soon this is coming.
Neo came out, what, 2015?
No, last year.
What? It came out on PC last year. Neo's older than that, right?
Well,
Am I
Neo
wrong?
was a game that was
Yeah, like a
supposed to
couple
come out on
years
PS2.
I remember hearing... Yeah, I
and
remember
then
hearing about this.
didn't, and then got released, and I was like, man, this game looks old as shit. And it's like, because, it was a PS2 game that got not released.
2017.
Okay.
You're right.
they're
Huh.
probably working
The
on
first
both.
one just like, they just got all the
Yeah.
first thing together, and then now they've been working on the sequel.
A multimedia project beginning in 2004 is an unfinished Akira Kurosawa script. Weird.
That's weird.
I mean, it was fun. I liked it. Oh, MK Ice and Fire. That's not your trailer. I'm not subscribing to you. What are the other big ones?
Spoderman.
Spoderman.
Yeah, Spider-Man looks
All right,
wonderful.
we'll go right
I guess
there.
I'll just buy that PlayStation instead of lamenting.
I think The Last of Us 2 looks rad, too. It looks
Yeah.
like more video game
Yep.
than the first one did.
Yeah.
It definitely does.
It depends. I mean, the one hit kills, where like a clicker could come at you from the side of the camera and you wouldn't even see him. I guess you had to have the sound turned way up, but man,
I mean, they were playing with the, like, pro no HUD mode or whatever. Like, there might be more visual indications of what's going on around you.
yeah, I was more. That was a gripe of mine with Last of Us 1.
Oh.
Is that the gameplay mechanics seemed to try to create cinematic sequences versus gameplay sequences. So I get that, like in a stealth. What is going on outside? I get
There's,
that
like,
in a stealth
police
game.
chopper search.
You want to close that window?
Got some. Nah, it's all right. We're about to wrap up here.
Yeah.
I like games that have consequences, and I don't mind failing, but like there has to be a clarion call or something. There were multiple times in Last of Us 1 where I would enter an area and like be doing my shit, picking up bricks or whatever, and then a clicker would just be like, just right from side of screen where I couldn't see them, and then I had to redo the whole area again. So that was kind of annoying. I guess that's why you have to have the. Weren't there like? I think I'm thinking of Resident Evil Remake. There were items you could get where like a clicker would get you and you'd stab them and get away, right?
You could get away from a clicker. I think so.
I thought you had to have like a knife or something. You had to have
like
like
a scissors. It was half scissors.
Yeah, it was a craftable item.
Yeah, you had to find whole scissors and break them in half.
Yes. The game got a lot better after that because I was like, okay, good. They have a whoopsie mechanic, and like you need that in a stealth game like that, especially if it has a one-hit kill. So I was like, that's cool, but it took a little while.
Cool. This looks awesome.
Yeah, Spider-Man combat looks great. One of the things I really loved about about the Batman fighting system is at a certain point it wasn't about surviving combat anymore. It was about trying to like combo everything and use all gadgets at the appropriate ways and like finish an entire fight using all gadgets in one combo without getting hit.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
always
yeah.
like my goal. So it's nice that you can
It was
with
like a
combat
rhythm
system.
game almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does all these like crazy context sensitive things too. Like he'll be next to a wall and he'll do a flip and jump off the wall or something. And I imagine it's just like pushing buttons near a wall will make that happen. But I'll still feel good about it.
That's all. Yeah. Good for you, Jacob.
I really like
I
that they
did that.
showed off later on and after the conference. They did their deep dive on this game and they showed more of the open worldness of it.
Oh, okay.
So it seems more like, like there's two
Like
halves
Batman?
to this. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Like Batman?
Yeah.
I figured there would be linear level sequences like the prison. It's like Lego City Undercover. We all know that layout. Or it's or GTA really, the open world that you can traverse. And once you enter a mission, then you're on a path that can go in the open world. But the scripted events you have to pass, otherwise it'll just reset.
Yeah.
And then once you finish the mission, it's like, okay, thanks, Spider-Man. By the way, there's a call over here. We should go deal with that. But if you want to go save a kid or whatever from a burning building, you can do that too.
Are there any better ways of exploring a city environment in a video game than being Spider-Man? I
No.
don't think so.
Sunset Overdrive had some really fun traversal, like grinding and bouncing and all that stuff.
Well, I mean, there you go. It's
it's
here.
Insomniac.
Yeah.
Insomniac's always got it. I mean, Ratchet and Clank had really good traversal.
Everybody's got a helicopter.
Yeah, where do they get all these
Even
helicopters?
like real life has helicopters.
Maybe it's Mr. Negative outside. And then finally, the best game of E3
Blitz.
all years is Blitz. Blitz is back. Never left.
It looks so doofy.
I know.
What is the thing in this game?
I'm glad you asked, Omar. So it's essentially like Pokemon, except it's also Harvest Moon. So all the ooblets are plants, and you can plant them and like grow them. And
That ice cream man is a plant?
Yes.
That bug man is a plant?
Yes. I think.
That plant man is a plant?
Yes. So you play as like a farmer that grows your ooblets, and then once you have them, they follow you around in a little
Could be
party
watching
train.
Smash Brothers right now.
Oh, is that tournament happening?
No, I mean, well, it is happening. They were having the invitational and stuff immediately after,
Damn
but
it.
I meant just the trailer.
No, I was. They were doing Splatoon.
Oh yeah, maybe it's not yet. Maybe they're still in Splatoon.
I hope so. Anyway, ooblets, game of the year, all years.
They all run how I run in real life.
Like leaning back, hips first.
Yeah.
That's why ooblets 2
Bayonetta
best
3.
game. Wait, what was Vigor? I don't remember this.
Well, he's in a lot of games that I don't remember.
What is? Yeah, hold on.
What is this?
I'll just loop through the rest of these real quick because we're out of time, or we were out of time 10 minutes ago.
Do you still have to do Squarespace?
Oh yes, thank you. Oh boy, that could have been bad.
What is I don't remember this at all.
Is this the one that looks exactly like PUBG?
Oh.
Maybe.
Yeah, is this a battle royale? Looks like it. Yeah, maybe. There's a knife.
Yeah.
Okay, Xbox game preview. I don't remember that one. Sorry, Vigor. But maybe if Vigor had a website with Squarespace. Hold on, let me see if they do.
You can tell by usually you can tell.
From the DayZ developers.
Survival game.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you click on it and hit escape, if it goes into the dashboard, you can tell it's a Squarespace site.
Huh?
Yep.
Wait, what?
You go to a website and you hit escape.
Just escape it all?
Yeah, and it'll flip over to the login as the admin thing.
Oh, wow.
That's a Squarespace thing.
Good to know. Here we go. Oh, wait, that's vigor.net.
Yeah, time to hack them.
Oh, nope. Vigor.net, which is a cruise line, apparently, not the game, is not a Squarespace site. Perhaps it should have been, because Squarespace can give you the tools to get whatever kind of job you want to get in this world of ours, or make it a job unto itself. They have shop tools and things like that. So I have a question for you, listener. Are you an aspiring game developer? Perhaps you would like to host events at E3. Maybe you want to be an esports professional. Splatoon, it's right there. Or a Smash Brothers champion. You'll have to broadcast your skills to the world, and there's no better way to do that than with a professional-looking website. With Squarespace, basically you need a portfolio website. It's always good to have. And if you can get yourname.com, not that actual URL, I own that one. But you can slap that on your resume. It's a great thing to sort of put what you want up front in addition to your social media or your YouTube channel or whatever else you have. You can also transfer your third-party domains to Squarespace. So if you already have a load of URLs that you're sitting on, I got a couple of my own Big Booty Lovers still sitting there waiting for me to put something on it someday. You can transfer that into Squarespace and then use Squarespace's management tools in addition to their website creation tools to have all your stuff in one spot. It's pretty cool feature. You can also buy and sell products through Squarespace. They have shop tools that also allows you to manage your products and orders and inventory. You can do all that through the website. So if you were grinding it out on Etsy, you can develop a store page of your own. Or if you have a particular talent and you're curious if you can turn a little scratch on it, that's a good place to start. It's a good side hobby to get. I've always thought that the best hobbies are ones that earn money. That's why I found a way to get paid for playing video games. But I didn't have Squarespace to help me, but you do. You can go to squarespace.com/dudesoup to save 10% off your first website or domain. Once more, that's squarespace.com/dudesoup for 10% off. I was just going to say, put your best foot forward with Squarespace, but that's not their motto. But do that anyway. Hey, put your best foot forward. If you just graduated, high school, college, got to get out there. Got to put those work skills out there. How are people going to hire you if they can't see what you can do? You can show them Squarespace, squarespace.com/dudesoup. 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. And just as a personal thing, this isn't part of the ad read, or maybe it is because it happened right after it. But if you do, I always love seeing what people make with just creation tools. So if you do go and buy a domain or make a website, tweet it at me. I'd like to see it. Squarespace.com/dudesoup. So thank you, Squarespace, for the sponsorship. Appreciate it. Thank you, E3, for all these beautiful video games. Thank you, Jacob, Elise, and Omar, for talking about them with me.
Thank you.
Man, I love video games.
There's a lot of good ones this year.
Getting those links.
Did we discuss our game of the show?
No, we didn't. We should do that real quick.
Yeah, for the ending.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Mine's Death Stranding. I already said that earlier, so
Cool.
somebody else.
Please?
I just don't know. I mean, I guess
There's so
in
many.
personal preference, Sable I'm excited for. But I think there are lots of exceptional games.
Jacob?
I'm excited for Ori. I'm really excited for
Oh,
Ori.
Ori, yes.
Oh, we didn't even talk about Ori 2.
I'm so excited for Ori 2.
Mine's Cyberpunk, which is it's not a game yet.
Yeah.
And it won't be for a while, but
You want another E3 hit before
yeah.
Cyberpunk?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
a year at least.
It's easy to say that there's a ton of games to be excited for, which is cool.
Man, God bless. This was a great E3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna one for the record books, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, thank you, Microsoft, for showing off video games.
Yeah.
And thank you, listener, for listening to this podcast. If you're one of the fellas in chat over here, fellas and lasses in chat,
John
stay tuned.
Smith.
Oh yeah, John Smith's in chat. Oh wait, did the invitational start, John?
I think
Damn
it's
it.
almost over.
No! Oh well, it'll be there. I can watch it later. Thanks for watching. We'll be with the post show in just a minute. We gotta take some bathroom breaks, get some water. And yeah, if you're watching on YouTube,
Satisfactory.
or
We
anything
didn't talk
else-
about Satisfactory.
Yeah.
There's no time.
2 Point Hospital looked really good too. There's just so many.
Yeah.
We even tried to lightning round it. But yeah, if you're watching on YouTube or audio feed, whatever, thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening to us. We'd like to hear your feedback if you care to share it. I try to follow everything. So conversations are the things that I enjoy. So thank you. And we'll catch you next week with another episode. So bye everybody. This is going to be pure speculation, unlike the rest of this, which is solid fact.
That was all speculative.
Yeah. Given the fact that it's earlier in Fallout timeline, the fact that it's called 76, do you think that this Fallout will have the same sort of 1950s retro future aesthetic that people come to associate with Fallout?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it must if that